Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a full face of the cheapest makeup I could find at my nearby CVS. So this is makeup you recently saw in my last, I did a Dollar Tree and CVS haul. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be using today. And I've been really curious as to how cheap I could get makeup at the drugstore anymore. And so the other day I really made it a point to find the cheapest stuff that I could. So I got my CVS receipt. So before all the coupons and everything took the total down, I believe it was like $50 and some change. So with my coupons, I ended up paying $44.12 after tax. And then I broke it down further in my phone here. Actually, I did pay $5.49 and $5.99 for a concealer and a foundation. So those were just a little bit over $5, but under $6. So yeah, it was $50.97 plus tax before my coupons took effect. And after my coupons, it was $44.12. And then I got $5 extra bucks onto my CVS card because I bought $10 worth of Wet n Wild products. And I also got $2.20 back on my Ibotta app. Basically, that's an app. It doesn't sponsor this or anything like that, but I enter my receipts in and it gives me money back. So I got $2.20 for this shopping trip. So for me personally, it cost me $36.92 for, I think it's 13 products. So a full face. Now granted, this would cost you $16.25 plus tax, but that is neither here nor there. So yeah, so I'm super excited about this video. At some point here soon, I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison of these products to comparable Dollar Tree products and kind of see what the difference is side by side. So yeah, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. For my eyebrows, this is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I got neutral brown, and I opened this during the haul already, so it wasn't, I didn't buy it like that. As you can see, it's got like a spoolie on it, and this was originally $3. I ended up paying $2.51. I'm a little concerned this isn't gonna be dark enough, but we will try it. I liked the idea it was neutral, so I did want to try something different. And generally I don't buy my, oh yeah, that's gonna be plenty dark enough. Sometimes at Dollar Tree, I love Dollar Tree eyebrow products, but sometimes they can run a little warm. But I love IONI and I love LA Colors. LA Colors is probably my favorite though. But IONI has a brow pencil. They have medium and dark brown, both retractable and like sharpenable, like pencils. Then they have one that's called Dahlia Brown, which I don't see very often, but it's like my favorite shade of brown in the IONI. I have no complaints at all. Of course, you know, it's twice the price of what I could get at Dollar Tree, but if what you need is a brown that's like this shade here and it doesn't really look warm, you may need to venture out and buy something like this. It's smooth, but not too smooth. Sometimes if an eyebrow pencil is too smooth, I feel like I'll make mistakes really easily. So it's got a little bit of tug, but it goes on really smooth. So I do like it. Brush through them. Really nice. I really, really like the color. Like I said, it's neutral brown, so that's really good because that means that it's not going to have warm undertones to it. And I know that's a problem a lot of times for eyebrow pencils. So now I'm going to clean up my brows. I picked up the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus Concealer. I got the shade Light Ivory. Some of their medium shades were kind of, I was afraid something that was a little dark was me too dark. And I like to favor a little bit towards the lighter side with my concealer. It's just this concealer that comes like on a doe foot type of a thing. And this was originally $5.49 and I ended up paying $4.51 with my CVS coupons. So of course we'll use this later to conceal, but right now I'm going to use it to clean up my brows. So I'm going to put some on my counter. I like to do that instead of trying to do this. It just works a little bit better for me personally. See if this is any better than like an LA Colors from Dollar Tree. So I do like the shade. It's brightening up under my brow bone really nice. Put a little bit more. It definitely has some good pigmentation. It might not be like a full coverage, but I've always liked the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus products. I found a bunch of stuff from Dollar Tree years ago. I think I might still have a powder from them. Use my concealer brush and just kind of spread it around a little bit, kind of buff it. Yeah, I like the shade, first of all, and I think it has a nice, it had a nice cleaning up effect. Like I said, probably not the most like full coverage foundation in the world, but better than, like I said, an LA Colors concealer that's comparable. Not the yellow or the peach, but like the regular concealer that they have, you know. So I just put on some eyeshadow primer. I didn't buy anything at CVS, so I'm just using my LA Colors eye primer. So now we're gonna do eyeshadow. So I just went very simple. Again, this was one of the cheapest eyeshadows I could buy at CVS. And so y'all just saw my affordable eyeshadow palette collection, not my Dollar Tree eyeshadow collection, but my affordable. And I only had one, I only own one of these, and it's one of the e.l.f. Mint Melt bite-size palettes, but this is the e.l.f. Cream and Sugar bite-size palette. I know these were like all the rage several years ago. They had a couple different color stories at my CVS, and I just decided to go with this neutral color story. So they're originally $3, and I paid $2.51 with my coupons. So I'm gonna go into the lightest shade right here. We're gonna put that all over our lid. When we do a side-by-side with Dollar Tree, I will compare these to LA Colors. We'll do a look on one eye with one, and then a look on the other eye with the other. And it's cheap, but even, you know, at $3 or $2.50, it's still double the price. So now I'm gonna go into the dark shade, and then I'm gonna use both of those shimmers. I'm gonna just use all 4 shades, and I think that's the great thing about this is you can kind of get like an all-inclusive look. Like you can get a total like look with this. I'm gonna just kind of buff that in lightly. I might even take a little bit onto my other eye and just kind of split the difference. I want to blend it. I don't want it to be too crazy. I'm gonna take like a big fluffy brush and just really blend that. It's very pigmented. I like my other bite-sized palette as well. I don't reach for it all the time, but what I have used of it, I do enjoy it. So I think these are actually pretty decent quality shadows. Not a ton of fallout. I'm not making too big of a mess. Really blend and diffuse that here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some shimmer. We might add a little bit more brown, but I kind of like what I got going on. I'm gonna go into the darker shimmer here, kind of in the middle part of my eye, and then I'm gonna go in the lighter shimmer for the inner part of my eye. I'm gonna use my little flat zebra brush and just go into that shimmer. I really like the mattes so far. See how the shimmers do. Spray my brush. Oh yeah, that's doing a really great job. So to blend that line, I'm just gonna take a little bit of the dark and I'm gonna put it on like a concentrated brush like this. I'm gonna tap it off, and I just wanna blend that right there. There we go. Oh yeah, I think it's doing a wonderful job. After this, I'm actually recording part 2 of my eyeshadow palette collection. Of course, my non-Dollar Tree eyeshadows. And I have showed my entire Dollar Tree makeup collection as well. But I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna add a little bit of color there, blend that line. And I'm getting ready to film my high-end version here, like after I film this. So I've got experience. So like I know like some people, you see me using a lot at Dollar Tree, but I have a lot of experience using some high-end eyeshadow as well. So when I tell you that the quality of like LA Colors quads and this here is really nice, it's because I'm comparing it to like Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm comparing it to Urban Decay, Too Faced. So I do have experience in high-end brands. So I'm gonna take that same brush, I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off. I'm gonna go into the light shimmer right here. I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna dampen my brush and just lighten it up as it goes to the inner part of my eye. Very nice. I'm super impressed, y'all. I felt like when these came out, people were like obsessed with them, but I also felt like they were kind of hit or miss. And I don't know if that was just some of like the color stories or just some people's opinions, you know, because everyone's different. So I'm actually a little impressed. I kind of thought I was a little, not nervous. I mean, when you're spending $3, you can only be so nervous, but I was just a little unsure as to how these would perform based on what I thought I remembered. Yeah, I'm really, really liking it. I'm just gonna take that first brush and, or that kind of fluffy brush, I just want to blend. There we go. I'm really loving that, y'all. And of course, it's a nice neutral look, which I know you guys like, and I don't do it nearly enough. So we're gonna like come back, and I'm gonna probably smoke out under my eye and all that stuff. But I'm gonna move on to mascara. So at CVS, you guys know at the drugstore, like my favorite mascara is the Essence False Lash Effect mascara. But my CVS store was like wiped out on mascara, or else I would have bought it. So I'm doing the next best thing. I went ahead and bought the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna use like one of my probably my IONI lengthening with fibers, and I'm just gonna see like how this does. And I think I might do one eye with this, one eye without this. That way we can kind of see if it really does help. So I'll do my right eye with the primer, and then we'll add the IONI mascara and see if this helps. Of course, this goes on white. I like the brush. I like the pink and white container, like this like peach and white. Okay, I'm just gonna let that dry. Okay, so while I continue to wait for that to dry, I'm gonna go ahead with my IONI. This is the Lengthening Mascara with Fiber. It's my favorite mascara from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna go into my other eye without the primer, and we're gonna just see how much of an effect it has. I will apply 2 coats of mascara. I'm gonna go in now onto the primed side. I'm not gonna wear fake lashes today. I'm just gonna let the mascara do the work. Okay, so I do think it makes a bit of a difference. This is the side right here. Hopefully you can see it nice and clear. This is the side here with the primer. This is the side here without. I mean, my lashes are very sad anyway, but I think it's made a difference. They're just a little thicker. It's a little bit more, it looks kind of like 2 coats of mascara. So I'm gonna add another coat of mascara, but I wanna let this dry, so I'm gonna add a liquid liner while we wait. And I noticed they had, Essence had, it looks a lot like their mascaras. It comes in a small container. I always thought they were mini mascaras, but they're actually liquid liners. But mine were all broken in 2, the ones that were at my CVS. So I didn't pick them up. So I went with the Wet n Wild ProLine Felt Tip Eyeliner. I got dark brown. I also got a dark brown eye pencil as well. Oh, let me tell you, so I didn't tell you, so the Essence primer is originally $4.99. I paid $4.18. And this Wet n Wild liquid liner was originally $4.49 and I paid $3.77 for it. Of course, Wet n Wild, their breakup proof liner is really, really good. And this seemed to swatch really good in my haul video. Like a nice thin line. That's really, really very nice. I think it might be a little bit better than the LA Colors eye marker. Now again, it's, you know, about 3 times the price. And I do think that Dollar Tree does have a lot of really nice liquid liners. My left eye is always the hardest one. Really nice though, very, very pleased. A lot of times I use the IONI Lash Glue in one, but that's a really nice, you know, for a few bucks. If you need a liquid liner, that seems really, really nice. I wanna add a little bit more shadow where I have that line. That line went a little longer. I'm just gonna go in with that really kind of compact brush right there. I'm just gonna take some, tap it real good, and then just go along, buff it into where the line is. Okay, I'm gonna add another coat of mascara. I feel with the second coat, it kind of evened it out a little bit more, but of course that's the side there with the primer. And then that's the side without the primer. It's a bit of a, it's a pretty significant difference. I mean, you really wouldn't be able to tell by just like looking at my eyes. So I don't think I'm gonna worry about evening it out. I might add a little bit of the primer and then add like another coat onto this eye, or just add an extra coat of mascara on the non-primed eye. But yeah, I think if you can buy the Essence mascara, you don't really need like a secondary product. But this is nice to make maybe a product that isn't as good. This of course is a pretty decent mascara from Dollar Tree, but if you had, I'd be very curious to try this with maybe some of my other mascaras that I don't like as much. So sometimes a product like this is good because it helps you use your mascaras that maybe aren't as good. So now we're gonna move on to the face, and I have used this foundation before and I do really like it. It's the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation. I got bronze beige. Like I said, I have used this before. I've actually, I've used one up completely, and I like this one because it's kind of got like a spatula on it. I really don't mind that at all. And I've got one that's in like a darker shade, and I bought it for when I do Selena because I end up tanning my body and I need my face to kind of match a little bit, so I have a darker foundation. If I had like a mixing medium to make it lighter, I could have just used that, but this is really a very good foundation, one I definitely don't mind having in my collection. e.l.f. has a really good foundation too that people really seem to like. I got the shade like just absolutely perfect. But yeah, like I said, I like the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus products that I've tried. And this foundation was $5.99, and gosh, did I really pay $2.51? I got $3.48 off. So I paid $2.51. That's crazy. That's really good. Of course, at $5.99, a really good foundation is worth it for $5 or $6. Kind of like the Believe Beauty that no longer is a thing anymore because Believe Beauty's gone. But yeah, if you can get a good foundation for even $5 or $6, you're doing very well. I think this is a gorgeous foundation, at least on my skin. I know everyone has different skin needs, but yeah, that's beautiful, and I couldn't be more happy with the color. Really, really nice. Very, very impressed. So the one that I have now, it doesn't really match me very well because I kind of bought it for a different purpose, and have one that's like in my shade is wonderful. Because I had it years ago, but didn't really remember. I might have even gotten it at the Dollar Tree. So now I'm gonna go in with the concealer. I'm gonna go in under my eyes, in my inner corner. That's generally about where I conceal. I might do a little bit around my nose, but generally that's what I do with my concealer. use my concealer brush. This is my IT concealer brush. I've had this in work. I've got an e.l.f. one that I really love. I'm on my second one of those. And then I got some Sassy Chic ones that I like as well. I like to have a couple around because I do like to wash them. I do wash my concealer brushes with Dawn dish detergent because it has to kind of like melt down the oils and the greases and stuff from the foundation and concealer. So I like to have a couple around, and I really like them all equally the same. Concealer's really nice, definitely better than like LA Colors, like than their concealer. That's like the nude colors and stuff. So for a couple dollars more, it kind of looks cheap, but it's really actually really nice concealer. So now for setting powder. So this is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. I got the shade Sheer or Transparent. My camera's so bright, y'all, I'm so sorry. And this is originally $4. And I paid $3.36 with my coupons. I used to really like the Essence, what do they call it? Brighten Up powder, and I've used, about 3 of them over the course of the last couple years. But the last time I used it, I kind of fell out of love with it, and I heard from somebody that they changed the formula. I'm not so sure on that, but I know I didn't care for it as much. But sometimes you just fall out of love with products. I kind of miss when Dollar Tree used to sell products like in this packaging at Dollar Tree. I have a powder that's medium dark that I use as a bronzer, and I also have like a, what's it called? I have like a blush that's really pretty by them that I also found at the Dollar Tree. So there you go, it's just this like sheer powder. It's got a little bit of a pinkish peach tinge to it. I'm gonna take like one of these sponges here. I kind of want to do a little baking action under my eyes. Then I'm gonna take a brush and just kind of go over the rest of my face. Okay, so we got that down. Now I'm going to use some bronzer, and I have had this in my collection before, and I really liked it. It was the cheapest thing at my CVS, so I bought it again. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. I got the shade Wet Shady Beaches, and originally this is $4.99. I got it for $4.18. Okay, I'm just going to go in. They had like one that was darker, but it looked really, really shimmery. They had some like lighter shades, and I was going to try a new shade, but I don't know, this just still felt like the best shade, so. It's matte, which I like. I don't mind a little shimmer too, but there we go. Just a really, really nice bronzer. And again, under $5. Now for blush, this is the Color Icon Blush in Mellow Wine. It's just a really nice, I'm excited about the shade. It's not too pink, not too peach, just very, I don't know, just very, maybe a little bit more peachy undertone than pink. Originally this is $3.29 and I got it for $2.76, I think, or $2.75. And they had a couple different colors. I just really liked this one right here. I'm gonna go with a light hand to the best of my ability. There we go, really nice shade of blush. Really, really like it. Now highlighter, mine is from Essence. They had 2 different shades. This is called the Highlighter Luminous Glow. I got the shade Staggering. It's in a very similar container to the Brighten Up powder. And this is originally $3.89 and I got it for $3.26. The other shade they had was a little bit more like a gold, and I just kind of wanted to go with this more neutral. A little bit of a highlight. It's not like a super, super shimmery highlighter, but it just adds a really nice, just kind of lit from within glow. So now back to the eyes. I'm going to add another layer of mascara to this other eye that we did not prime. So I'm going to add some pencil liner. The one I have is from Essence. It's the Kajal Pencil Eyeliner. It's the shade Teddy. Basically, it's just a dark brown. I didn't want to do the Wet n Wild, like the ones that are like $1 or like a little over $1. I've done those before. I wanted to try something different. So this was the next cheapest thing. This was $2.99 and I got it for $2.51. So I'm going to go in my waterline. So I kind of went with brown liquid liner, I went with brown pencil liner, because I knew this would be a little bit more of a neutral look, so I thought that would be nice. And those are things I do not really have. It's really not terrible. You don't really need to melt it with the lighter like we did back in the day with our eyeliners. I did that too. I know women older than me did that, but I did it too because that's how I learned it. So when I was in high school, our eyeliners just were not great back that time. I feel anyway. So yeah, it did a very nice job, especially for $2.99. So now I want to smoke out underneath. So I'm going to go in with that darkest shade there. I'm going to put it on my little smudger brush. I actually cleaned my brushes before this video, y'all. I'm going to try to get better about that. Tap off my brush. Just really try to smoke this out. Don't want to do a whole lot here, just a little bit, just to add a little bit of smokiness. So I've been gathering your questions for my Q&A. I did a community post. If you missed it, I put a post on my community page asking for questions that y'all have because I want to do a Q&A here pretty soon. So if you have any questions, definitely drop them down below. Okay, so I'm going to take some of that light shade and put that in my inner corner and just see how it does. I'm going to use like a little thin tapered brush. I go into that shade, really pack it on there, spray it, of course. And we're just going to go in and see. Oh yeah, that's doing a nice job, y'all. That's a really great inner corner highlight. I'm glad it was like light enough and it's shimmery enough. Yes. There we go. That is, I'm really a fan of that little bite-sized palette, especially for like a neutral look like this. Like a nice neutral smoky look. So to finish off this look, I've got a lip liner and a lipstick. And I'm a little nervous. So first I've got the Wet n Wild gel lip liner. I don't know if I saw like pencil lip liners. Can't really remember, but I wanted to go with this. It's originally $3.69. I paid $3.10 for it. I got the shade Lay Down the Mauves, and I thought it was gonna be really dark like this. It's actually like a whole lot lighter, like a little bit more like that. Like look at the difference, y'all. So we'll see. So we're gonna line our lips. Okay, that's not bad. Actually, that's a lot better than I thought. It's going on a lot better than the swatch. That might actually be like the perfect nude for me. That was some lip gloss, would be beautiful. Okay, and for lipstick, again, I'm a little nervous. So I just picked up one of these old school Wet n Wild lipsticks. It was originally $1.09 and I got it for 94 cents. They had like some, I think, reds and stuff, but I knew I didn't want to do red with this look. I wanted to do something really kind of nude. And they had some different shades and a lot of them look like kind of frosted. This is the shade 530D Dark Pink Frost, y'all. And I used to, now granted, I used to love a frost when I was in like high school. And so we're gonna give this a try. Maybe this will come back. Again, my lips are so chapped. This has like that old school like lipstick taste, probably what I remember from high school. I used to love a frost that looked like a little purple or like a little blue. That's actually not nearly as scary as I thought. I actually really kind of like it. Everything's just so matte anymore. And I love a gloss, but actually I really, really like that. I think that's a really nice lip combo. You know, and we know the quality you expect from like a Wet n Wild lipstick. It probably will need to be reapplied at some point. But although they're mega last, seriously, no joke, we're like seriously like the best like long-lasting lipsticks. I used to do 2 shows a day and then I would even eat and drink in between shows and wouldn't even reapply it for the second show. Like that stuff was like amazing. So there you go. Yeah, this is a makeup look using the cheapest makeup I could find at the Dollar Tree with all my coupons and things that I got from Ibotta and cash back. It ended up just costing me like $36 and some change. If you don't have a CVS card, this here would cost you just a little bit over $50. With my CVS card, it cost me $44.12 at checkout. So for a full face, now granted, like I said, 13 products at the Dollar Tree at $1.25 would cost you $16.25, I believe, plus tax. So you're looking at about $18. So you are looking at about half price. I don't know that anything's really any better. I mean, the foundation is nice, but for my skin tone personally, I don't know that it's any better than Candy Morio. Now the shade range is gonna be a little bit better. So I like the brow pencil. And the biggest thing I like about the brow pencil is this shade Neutral Brown. I was a little afraid it was gonna be too light for me, but it's wonderful. So really like that, really like the foundation. I really like the concealer. You know, for an inexpensive concealer, that is really good. The blush is real nice. I love the shade in particular. The powder, I'm not 100% sure on. I don't know that it's any better than necessarily anything from the Dollar Tree, but you know, it's fine. I'm actually loving the lipstick combo with the lip liner. Yeah, that is like, that's really, really nice, y'all. Seriously, like, and then both eyeliners were pretty good. The pencil liner, the Kajal from Essence, and then the Wet n Wild ProLine liquid liner. Really, really nice. The pencil liner was probably better than what you could probably find at the Dollar Tree most times. So yeah, so this here, I was kind of feeling that when I put it on my skin, it gave me a very similar effect to the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Powder. This is in the shade Sunlit, and they look kind of similar. So this here has kind of a glow. It's a highlighter, but it's not super duper like metallic like some highlighters can be. It's a little bit more of a lit from within glow. So there they are side by side. The shades are even similar. This one here is the Essence, and this one over here is the Tarte. Very similar, and I knew it really reminded me of something, and I couldn't really pinpoint what it was, and then I was like, oh, it reminds me of the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Powder. So really nice. Of course, a fraction of the price. This is gonna run you less than $4. This is gonna run you upper 20s, lower 30s, and I feel like they do the same thing. I feel like the effect I got was very, very similar. Then the bronzer, this particular shade here is really nice. Just a nice matte bronzer. It's kind of somewhere in between, so you can build it up if you're slightly darker. Really go with a light hand if you're slightly lighter. Really nice bronzer, big hand size, and of course, cheap, you know, from the drugstore. Then the Essence Volume Booster. I'm curious to try this with some of my Dollar Tree mascaras I don't really like, to see how much it helps those. Of course, I used one of my better mascaras because I was gonna not be wearing lashes today. But yeah, I think this is really nice. Of course, I love their False Lash Effect mascara. But yeah, this was interesting to try, and like I said, I'm excited to try it with some of my not so great Dollar Tree mascaras and really put it to the test. Then the e.l.f. Bite Size Palette. I think we got a really nice eyeshadow look. It's a perfect little neutral color story. It's got some shimmers, some mattes, small, compact. I'll be very curious to put it side by side to like an LA Colors quad and all that good stuff, and all the stuff really I'll be very interested to put side by side. But yeah, love the lip color. I'm trying to think, there were really no duds. Everything performed well. Yeah, this makes a really, really nice makeup bag. So definitely let me know if you've tried any of these products and what you think of them. Let me know if there's any makeup from the drugstore that you feel is super cheap and really like. You know, I love hearing from you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.